Okay. Meantime, SoftBank making a big announcement this morning, a $100 million opportunity growth fund to invest in companies led by founders and entrepreneurs of color. Joining us right now is Marcelo Claure. He's the CEO of SoftBank Group International and two members of the fund's new investment committee, TaskRabbit CEO Stacy Brown-Philpot and TechSquare Labs co-founder and partner Paul Judge. Good morning to you. I'm going to start with you, Marcelo. When did you guys put this together, and just sort of walk us through what you're imagining this is going to be?
Hi, Andrew. So it's so good to be here. So we did this in record time. We started about 24 hours ago when we're seeing everything that was going on in our country. I placed a call to Masa and basically spoke to him about the need, the position of privilege that we sit at SoftBank as being one of the largest, if not the largest, tech investor in the world, and that we needed to basically do something big about it. And the whole thinking behind it is, enough talking. It's time to do something about it. And I see a lot of people have great intentions, but I think every one of us needs to contribute to basically make change in America. And that's why we decided to launch the 100 million Opportunity Growth Fund that is mainly focused to entrepreneurs and founders of color, that we got plenty of them without the right opportunity.
I should say this looks like it's the two times as large as the next largest fund, and a lot larger than just about everything else behind that's focused on this world. Silicon Valley has long been, frankly, if we're being honest about it, too white. Stacy, let me ask you, in terms of just what type of investments you think can get made in terms of people of color who are entrepreneurs who are trying to get money and don't have access historically, how you're hoping this will change things?
Yeah, well, first, let me just say I'm hurting. My community is hurting. The Black community is hurting. There's a lot of pain out there, and it is time for action and for change. And I'm proud to stand with Marcelo in creating this fund. There are so many great entrepreneurs out there across this country, not just in Silicon Valley, who are building great businesses and innovating. And we plan to make investments in those entrepreneurs. We plan to find those founders and help them grow their businesses to the next level. I think taking a step in the right direction and taking action right now is the most important thing that we can do. And so opening up a fund of this size will not only give us access to more founders and more entrepreneurs, but also help those founders and entrepreneurs who've already started companies, those Black founders and entrepreneurs who've already started companies, actually grow those businesses to the size and scale that we need to see the change that we want in our world.
Right. Paul, SoftBank is often focused on tech-oriented companies historically. What kind of companies do you imagine trying to invest in?
I think the range of companies that entrepreneurs of color can unlock and discover is boundless. It's not only problems that other entrepreneurs may overlook, but sometimes just the conditions of surviving in this world, right? This world's unfair. And the conditions of surviving in it as a person of color gives you the attributes of being the perfect entrepreneur. Think about it. You dream big, you work hard, there's perseverance, there's grit, there's determination. And so it's really about kind of finding that talent that is everywhere and bringing the opportunity to them. And what the research has shown is that it actually pays out. It's not only the right thing to do, but it's a profitable thing to do, right? Companies that have founders and execs that are people of color actually deliver a return that's 30% higher than their counterparts.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, Marcelo. When you look at the expected return of this fund versus other funds, do you think about it differently?
We think about it the exact same way. I mean, it's traditionally been a lot harder to get funding if you are a man of color. I mean, I experienced it myself when I was growing Brightstar, and Brightstar was an incredible company, and there was always that certain level of distrust when you went to pitch to your traditional venture capital. So our goal is we're going to find these entrepreneurs, or they can find us, easy, marcelo@softbank.com. They can bring us their business plans. We're going to fund them. We're going to strive. And more importantly, is once this fund generates returns, we're going to reinvest the vast majority of the returns into the next opportunity fund. And what we're trying to do here is to create a multiplier effect. I mean, there's so many people who watch you, Andrew, and the message to everybody is do something about it. each one of us that watches CNBC sits in a position of privilege, and we need everybody to take action, right? At SoftBank, with my partners, with Stacy and Paul, we're launching a $100 million fund, but every one of us can be doing something, whether it's matching donations, and it's time to basically stop talking and start doing things about it.
Marcelo, is this part of the Vision Fund? Is this part of SoftBank proper or SoftBank Classic? I always think of Classic Coke and New Coke, but where's the money coming from?
No, this is a $100 million fund that is being started by SoftBank. This is part of SoftBank Group. We're going to be speaking to other investors who have expressed an interest in joining us just to grow the fund. But at bare minimum, SoftBank is committed $100 million of our own balance sheet to basically invest on entrepreneurs and founders of color, because it's the right thing to do.
Real quick, Marcelo, when you started Brightstar, did you have venture capital money?
I did, but it took a lot. I mean, we had to reach, I think, over $2.5 billion in sales in order for us to be able to take us seriously, because there's this big level of distrust that, if you're Hispanic and, for whatever reason, people don't think you're as capable as you can, and the Black community experiences the same. So this is our small contribution to make sure that we start changing that.
And this question can go to Stacy or to Paul, really, but in terms of building out a team that's going to oversee this, how important is it to have, not just a diverse team, but a diverse leader of this fund ultimately? Meaning, what's the plan in terms of strategy for hiring around it?
Paul, you want to take it?
Paul, you want to take that? I know we're on a little bit of a delay. I don't know, Paul, can you hear us?
I can comment.
Go ahead, Stacy.
Yeah, diversity is hugely important. If we want to change the face of technology, we have to do it from the top. That's why we're talking to you today. That's why we're creating this fund. And so the plan is to make sure we have access not just to SoftBank and Marcelo's and Masa's wide network, but it's also the networks that we have. As Marcelo just mentioned, we are opening up the opportunity for donations. We have people who are ready and interested to come alongside us. This is a collective effort, and it has to be a collective, diverse effort to really make this happen. And so the team that will be making decisions on investing, and also the team that will be sending us the deal flow that comes through, will be a diverse team in order to get access to the talent that is out there across our country.